Right, how you doing? I went and did everything wrong. This won't take long, I'm sure. There will be two versions of yesterday's vlog. One, the version that I intend to post up, or intended to post up, and one with a rant that I cut out about just when Inky's lot go out, I feel like shit because the Inky's lot have gone out and things don't normally go well. Because what I'll do is I'll link it in the description of the original, so there'll be the cut version and then the uncut version will be linked in the description. And I think it's important because last night I was a cunt to Inky. Last night and this morning I was pure shit to Inky. Normally what happens is Inky will lose track of time, miss the last train. She's in the city, she's having a good time with her friends, she's hanging out with her friends, she doesn't get to see her friends that much. And she just loses track of time and misses the train. That kind of happened last night. Normally I'd be kept in the dark. We'd had a great day yesterday, me and Inky. Cracking day. But just, I don't know, as soon as she was heading out, just that little switch in my head flipped. You know, is she gonna be alright? Are they all gonna have fun? Are they gonna be able to get back? They always do. They always do. Like even when shit goes south, they manage. You know, Inky's a big girl. She's a smart girl. But I just couldn't get it out of my head. And bless her, last night she'd given it some thought. She'd taken into consideration my feelings, and you know, she was keeping me up to date. Even whilst I was live, she was posting images and sending me little texts and that, you know, just letting me know that everyone was okay, we're all having a good time, you know, this is where we are, you know. And I don't know why, I just kept sinking lower and lower and lower. And then just randomly I thought, well, Inky said she's going to get the last train. So what I'll do is I'll make us a bite to eat. I didn't end up making us a bite to eat because then I realised that I'd lost track of time. It was a bit later than I thought. And I was just, oh, she must be on her way home right now. I'll check the timetable. And I was already kind of like rocking backwards and forwards. Check the timetable, there's no more trains. Okay, Inky must be on the train. Okay, cool. 3, 2, 1. Phone rings. And I look at the phone and I'm like, right, Skaz, if she's not got on the train, don't bite her. Don't bite her. Just don't. Hey sweetheart, how you doing? How's the stream? You know, hope you're having a good night. We've been having loads of fun. We're just gonna do she like reels off like 1 or 2 more things, which is when my head goes. And then I'm heading home. Is everything okay? My tone is completely off from the moment she called because I realised that she wasn't on the train. And I didn't shout at her, but I was off. I was really off. I just basically said, look, you know, basically stay out. Do what you were going to do, because I'd assumed if she'd missed the train, she'd then go to Day of the Dead, which finished at 3, and then she'd get a cab home. And obviously, as soon as I hear that she's missed the train, that's what I assume has happened, and then I just hang up the phone. I just get really upset and just hang up the phone. And then stupidly, because Inky's like, "Are you alright? Are you alright? What's going on? Are you alright?" Sends me a picture of her booking for a cab. And I'm like, just don't worry about it. Just sorry for the attitude. Just have fun. Go do what you were going to do. And I couldn't get it into my head that she was just coming home. I thought, oh God, she can stay out for a bit longer. Go to the other gig. She doesn't see her friends much. So I got to call her to apologise for my attitude, and then give her more attitude. Hugs when I come home? No. Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not feeling it. Shit like that. But just fucking sticking the knife in and twisting it for the poor girl. She'd spent all night worried about how I was feeling. Rather than leaving me in the dark. And to reward her, I basically shat on her. Sorry, Inky. We were up until like 4 a.m. She did not need that. She was doing everything right. And rather than rewarding her, because, like I said, I knew it was going to happen. If she missed the train, she just lost track of time. She does it all the time. But just for some reason I took it to heart. After she'd been sending me all this stuff to let me know everyone was alright. What an absolute fucking miserable bastard. They did have a good night, up until I bit. Inky's worried she might have broke one of the Polaroids that I bought her. That's no big deal. She got home. She was safe, and up until our first call, she was happy. Don't be a dick. Don't be me. Back to our regularly scheduled miserable old cunt vlogs. Romantic meal for 2.
Mate, you've got veg rolls as well.
Oh.
No, you've got to pick as many as you want.
Romantic meal for 2. Romantic meal for 2.
No. Hangover food.
Right. Broken camera. Had a look at it. This is the one that Inky took out with her, the Polaroid Impulse with autofocus. She was worried she'd broken it. She hasn't had it long, and she was quite upset that when she went to try and take some pictures of her friends, they didn't come out. And I've looked at the pictures; they did not come out. Apparently, it just wasn't spitting out the images at all. And so I went to take a picture with it, and it did absolutely nothing. The light came on. It didn't flash or anything. So it came up to say, we're charging, ready to go. But you press the button, there'd be no flash or anything. And so I was like, right, well, there's an entire roll of film in there. I'm going to need to get that out. So that was a bit of a mission. I mean, because one of these is charity, right? The arm.
Yeah.
Right. So this is what happened. So you tried to push the button, and it just tried to jam out 2 pictures at once.
Yeah.
And I tried to use one of these to push back into the film cartridge, because obviously if you pull the film cartridge, all it's going to do is expose the next frame. But I remembered I'd already tried to take a picture with it, and that's what gave us this, because I guess the frame had already been partially exposed
It's cool though.
before, so there was no real point me trying to save it, but I still stuck one in, took the thing out, had a little looky-loo at it, and it was just literally the fact that it was just jammed. It was jammed. I had a look at the bottom of the cartridge, the battery seemed fine, rubbed over the contacts, because there's metal contacts in here to connect to the batteries in the film cartridge, because these are powered by...
The battery, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no battery in these cameras. The new ones have batteries in them, but these ones run off of the cells in the film cartridges. Yeah, the newer one. I think the newer ones have like a phone battery in them, so that you can actually buy film that's a little bit cheaper that doesn't have the batteries in it. But yeah, took it out. Had a little looky-loo once over on it, and then I managed to take a picture of Dar.
Asleep.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Although admittedly I didn't really frame it, I just kind of pointed it in the rough direction, pressed the button and went for it.
I know, I woke up a couple of minutes later like that.
I mean, I could have literally just stood over you and gone, ha! Flash! And then been done with it, but, so... I actually did this a little while ago, didn't I? But it's done. It's not broken. You've got nothing to worry about. I'm sorry for wasting a few of your frames. Because, reasons. And Inky got a box.
Yep, I did get a box.
You did. And it seems to be loaded with drink.
Yes, it's a little treasure chest. Drink and incense.
Bless you. Bless you. Last real mission of the day, other than stream. Settle this up. I bought most of this in this morning. I'm going to use my stream as a way to troubleshoot this stuff for the Rand Nerds Halloween special. We are having trouble right off the bat though, and I don't know why. I'm not immediately seeing why, but even with mics unplugged, there is a lot of noise going through. Hopefully I can get this fixed before Ram come around. Get this going. I really want to get another set of these mics, another set of leads, and I've got some spare stands I think that I can just leave out in the garage, just so there's always a set out there ready to go. Probably going to play is it Atelier Iris again, see if we can get one on that within the next hour before Ram get here, and then, well, that's if I can even fucking need to work. But this might not go well. Why would there be extra noise now? Duh, well look at that. I move a couple cables around, away from the board, and reboot the machine. The noise, it is gone. Wait, does anything else work? Have I got a control pad? Oh. So, we're going to rig the PlayStation 2. Does the gameplay audio come out? Is that even fucking... Ah, there you go. Now it worked. There's no gameplay sound. God! This will work, I swear. One day. Or used to. It's not anymore. There's a trick in computing that fixes all problems. Turn it off. Turn it back on again. And that's what I did. And everything works. And in the time it's taken, literally to reboot a machine, not really.
Hey.
Ram's here.
Hello. Hello, people.
We think the setup should be okay. The only thing we haven't really done is the camera, and we just said, screw that.
We're playing a top game that I can actually play this week, not those one of those smashy, sticky wicky thingy bob games from last week.
Like in the arcade cabinet.
That's it, yeah.
Good times. You were the
I'm not an American skater. Why am I doing this?
dude. You were the outro clip for the
Was
vlog.
I?
Yeah. Yeah, so as I closed,
I feel slightly proud for that.
as I closed down the vlog, literally it's like a 3-second clip of you go like this to the arcade machine. And I was like, that's just gold. That was it. That was it.
That fucking little bastard.
It's like,
French
look,
guy.
heavy kick, heavy kick.
Look, I found a button that did something, and I carried on with that theory. It worked wonders.
It did. I was proud of you.
I got to level 3. There can't be more than 4 or 5 levels in that game, so.
Wow. So it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze. So what are we doing, Ram?
We're playing a Halloween stream, and it's not Halloween. It's 2 days later.
There you
Little
go.
tip for you there. We are almost at Guy Fawkes, but there aren't really many games about fireworks apart from that game that came on the PS2 as a launch title, which I can't remember its name.
No, I ain't got a clue.
Yes, but you basically had a fireworks show. So we are playing Outlast, a horror game, which is about 4 to 5 hours, which means it'll take us about 8.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That is about right. Right, so we're set. We now gone? Let's hope it works, yeah?
Well, I hope to do so.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Wish us luck.
Whee!
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Jelly Bunyo? We did. I don't know how long did we live stream for? We haven't finished it. We haven't finished Outlast. My God. In fairness, all I did was sit down and watch Ram play it. It's solid stealth survival horror action. There's no combat in it at all. It's very slow paced. The characters are interesting, but it didn't. There were so many things I could pick holes in that I can't play this Ram, man. But watched it. It was a laugh up to a point. I really think if that game has a book, like if there was a book tie into it, I could probably read it, but I don't really like the idea of playing it. Because like I said, characters are interesting. The setup is reasonably okay. Just as a game, it's just not great. But we finished at about the start of chapter 5, so we have about 3 chapters left, 4 chapters left. We've said we're going to finish it another time because there's no way we're going to finish that entire game tonight in one sitting. But hey ho, that's gravy. But I want to crash out. I really want to crash out. Miscommunication is the theme of today. Honestly, just going back to the very start of the vlog, the whole thing I wanted to say to Inky was this, and because I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, I just completely stuffed it. It's literally this: you have missed the train. Right, it's not a big deal. Okay. There are other gigs that you've wanted to go to, and they'll run until like 3, 4 o'clock, whatever it may be. You're hanging out with your friends. Enjoy it. Take your time. Have fun. Because there's no point calling a taxi right now to fill the gap of a train you've just missed. A taxi will come whenever you want one. Whenever you summon a taxi, it's there. So it doesn't matter if it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 3:33, whatever, it doesn't matter. Call the taxi when you're done. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. That was the whole point, and I just stuffed it up. When I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm in the wrong. And this time, my gods, I was in the wrong. But the chat we had after it was neat. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. It's good seeing Ram. Good having a chat. I wanna go crash, get some kip, and give hugs to where's he going? To my Charlie Banner. So I hope you're well. I'll see you all with a bit of luck tomorrow.